Good evening, South Mississippi. Meteorologist Taylor Graham here, joining you from the newsroom. Hopefully everyone had a fantastic first weekend of August, and tomorrow I'm sure a lot of people going back to work, going back to school. I've got your full forecast that I'm going to be talking about within the next few moments, and there's also quite a bit going on in the tropics. I'll preface that by saying no immediate threats to South Mississippi at this time, but I'll show you the tropical outlook. Things are beginning to heat up in the tropics, which is pretty typical for this time of the year. But let's go ahead and start with our forecast on Monday. We are expecting another chance of seeing some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Not so much in the morning, but this goes more so for the afternoon. Some of us will get some heavy rainfall. Some of us may see some frequent lightning tomorrow afternoon. Others of us may completely miss out on the rain. No shock there. It is going to be hot and humid tomorrow. Temperatures close to 90. But at least this upcoming week, we're not expecting any extreme heat like what we had last week. This is what I call normal heat. This is what we typically expect during this part of the year, especially throughout the beginning of August. But in the afternoon, we do have that chance for a few hit or miss showers and storms. Still pretty warm out this evening. We are currently at 84. Last we checked in Gulfport, dew point is at 70, which is still muggy. However, considering that we've seen dew points in the upper 70s recently, that's not too bad. The air is actually a little bit drier compared to where we were at just a few days ago. You may have even noticed today it not feeling quite as miserable outside. So dew points have been a little bit lower. No complaining on my end. It actually felt pretty decent outside at times this afternoon and this evening. First alert radar, pretty quiet at this point. We've lost the daytime heating, not really seeing too many showers and thunderstorms. And there really wasn't a ton of rain around the area today. Now, southern Jackson County seems like y'all saw the most rainfall out of everybody, but many of us missed out on the rain this afternoon. However, we do have another decent chance of that by tomorrow. A lot of the rain so far today has been to our east, as expected. Florida Panhandle, parts of coastal Alabama, seeing more of those showers and thunderstorms. They are oriented in a way around this area of low pressure to where they've been seeing more of those showers and storms. For us, this weak area of low pressure has been a little bit more to our east, so we've got some slightly drier air that's been moving in on the backside of that. And as we take a look to the north, we can see dew points more so in the upper 60s. At times, even in the Pine Belt today, we had dew points in the upper 60s, which outside of the summer months is a little muggy, but for us in South Mississippi, that's not too bad, all things considered. Now, it is still pretty muggy right along the immediate coast, but again, compared to the past few days, dew points are a little bit lower. We'll take any break from the extreme humidity that we can get. So playing this out, heading into Monday, could see some showers and thunderstorms to start off the day over the water. I do expect a better chance of seeing some scattered showers and storms by the afternoon, and some of those will continue into the evening. Some of those storms may have some heavy rain and some frequent lightning, but not everyone necessarily guaranteed to see that. Once we get past the sunset on Monday, most of the rain diminishes, and with that broad area of low pressure and that stalled front sticking around on Tuesday, we'll have another chance of seeing some scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon. Like I talked about, we've been seeing some of the heavier rainfall to our east, especially in the parts of Alabama and the Florida Panhandle. That's likely going to be the case over the next few days. Still anticipating those areas to have a better chance of seeing 2 to 4 inches of rain. For us in South Mississippi, on average, looking at a widespread half an inch up to an inch, inch and a half in a few areas. Now, those of us that get some of those stronger storms may get some quick, heavy downpours higher than that. But broadly speaking, looking at about a half an inch up to, I would say, about an inch and a half here in South Mississippi this upcoming week. It's not a guarantee that everybody is going to see rain day in and day out. This is a very typical summer forecast where your neighbors down the street may see some rainfall where you hardly get anything at all. So if you miss out on the rain one day, you'll have another chance the next day and the next day and the next day. Not everyone is going to see showers and storms day in and day out, but each and every day will at least have the chance for some of those showers and storms. And on top of that, it is going to be hot. It is going to be a little muggy. Temperature-wise, not expecting any extreme heat this upcoming week. Still hot with high temperatures, and at least in the upper 80s, if not the low 90s. But I'm not anticipating those upper 90s like what we had last week. So at least the heat is going to be pretty typical for us here along the Gulf Coast. Now turning our attention to the tropics. There are quite a few areas we need to hit on where we could be seeing some tropical activity over the next couple of days. National Hurricane Center has 3 areas highlighted. The one that has the highest chance of becoming a tropical storm is that area highlighted in red. I'll show you in a few moments. That is now known as Invest 95L. We have 2 other areas, a tropical wave moving off the coast of Africa. As it moves over the open waters in the Atlantic, it may become a little bit more organized. Really too early to say where exactly that's going to go. And then there is another area not too far off the coast of Georgia and South Carolina. Nothing has developed at this time, but we may see an area of low pressure develop a little bit more over the next few days. The East Coast will need to watch that one as well, but no threats at this time for the Gulf Coast. But diving in here to Invest 95L, it is getting more and more organized. It has a pretty good chance of becoming a tropical storm either very late tonight or even by tomorrow. I'm curious when we get the latest in from the National Hurricane Center at 10 o'clock if that's going to be getting a name or not. Thankfully, it is going to be heading out to sea, not really going to be of an impact for anybody, so that is some good news. Looking way out there off the coast of Africa, we have a tropical wave that is starting to emerge off the coast. That is going to be moving westward over the next 2 days. Once it moves out over the open water, it may become a tropical depression or tropical storm. This hasn't formed yet. It is way out there. Really too early to know any details with that. Then finally, we do have an area of low pressure that will likely develop. It seems like somewhere across or just off the coast of Georgia and South Carolina. As it moves around the Atlantic, maybe has a chance of becoming a tropical depression. The coast of Georgia, South Carolina will need to watch that one this upcoming week. But like I said, nothing concerning the Gulf Coast at this time. The Gulf right now, nice and quiet, just like we like it. Next name on the list is Dexter. Invest 95L, very, very likely going to become Tropical Storm Dexter, either late tonight or by early tomorrow. The name after that is Aaron. And typical of this time of the year, the tropics begin to wake up. They've been relatively quiet so far this year, but now that we are getting into the month of August, we do expect to see more activity across the Atlantic basin. So stay tuned as we get into the heart of hurricane season. We will keep you posted if we do see any threats to the Gulf Coast. But at least for the time being, this upcoming week, the Gulf is looking nice and quiet. Locally, you can expect our very typical summer weather. It is going to be hot. It will be muggy. Each and every day brings a chance for some of those hit or miss showers and storms. If you miss out on the rain one day, you will have another chance of seeing some of that rainfall the next day. Temperature-wise, we're looking at highs upper 80s, low 90s. That is very, very typical for this time of the year. So we will have another update on the tropics coming up at 10 o'clock, along with more news across the nation and, of course, here in South Mississippi. So hopefully you can join us for our 10 o'clock newscast that will be happening in 15 minutes.